Hey guys, it's Godbars here, the self-proclaimed hip-hop historian, and this is the fourth episode of my series where I take five of my all-time favorite hip-hop verses and share the lyrics with you guys. Starting us off, I wanted to go with a verse from one of the most gifted lyricists to ever touch a mic, that being Lupe Fiasco, because even though I already covered food and liquor as well as the cool, I forgot to cover one of my favorite set of bars from the latter, which open up the ironically genius track Dumb It Down. He kicks this gem off with, I'm fearless, now hear this, I'm earless and I'm peerless. That means I'm eyeless, which means I'm tearless, which means my iris resides where my ears is, which means I'm blinded. But I'm a find it, I can feel its nearness, so I'm a veer so I don't come near like a chicken or a deer. But I remember I'm not a listener or a seer, so my windshield smear. Here, you steer, I really shouldn't be behind this, clearly 'cause my blindness, the windshield is minstrel, the whole grill is roadkill, so trill and so sincere, yeah, I'm both them there. Took both pills when the bloke in the trench coat and the lokes in the chair had approached him here, made it clear as a ghost or a biter of the throats in the mirror, the writer of the quotes for the ghosts who's supplier of the notes to the livin', riveting as rosy, pockets full of posies, given to the mother of the deceased, awake and at war till I'm resting in peace. Next up, I have the late legend Ka, someone I've been a massive fan of for over a decade now. But one of my favorite projects of his I never managed to get on vinyl is Hermit and the Recluse, Orpheans vs. the Sirens, which he released with the producer Animos. And while the record has always been decently expensive online, I kinda wish I had just grabbed it back when it was like 150 bucks because now you really can't find a copy for anywhere under 6 or 700 at best. Because of that, I'm gonna use this opportunity to share some lines from my favorite track, Argo, which has this serene, addictive beat that Ka lays dense and intricate bars over. And I'm gonna use the second verse since it has a bit more to work with, where he comes in with mourned and cried on the wrong side of the hardest track. Discover they supply you lies. I'm more artifact. I might touch illustrious, even though I started whack. Mind you, a smarter rap what I rhyme for my cardiac. Spoke for grimy, hope you find me timely when you need it. They rap as bad for the hatchlings, I'm trying to supersede it. What stalked this lion brought the iron, they was too anemic, was ripe to fall, see writing on the wall. Few could read it. My discretionary tales for some unnecessary, for some irrelevant. The people love me deeply 'cause I speak that ugly elegant. True what I do is hood intel, intelligent, ain't bold enough to hold your gold, then A you out your element. If what you provide is not inspiring, I'm not amused. What word hurt me, interpret was the nine I used. Hope you pick appropriate when it's your time to choose. Our boys hard as Spartans, if not trying hardest, you try and lose. A trial where violence begot violence, hate begot hate. They now surmising, surviving, all that, we got great. For pennies, many in the night icing, trying to stack cake. The morgue was reward if they draw, and you react late. The next verse I want to share comes off the Streams of Thought Volume 1 collaboration between Black Thought of the Roots and Ninth Wonder of Little Brother. Specifically, the opening track, 215, because this has one of my favorite Black Thought verses that the legend has ever laid down, and it used to be in super heavy rotation for me. He kicks off this lyrically dense, thought-provoking, and pretty lengthy verse rapping, yo, the big wheel keep turning like Ikes and animes, the church kitchen hustling dinners every Saturday. Pull over, let me grab a plate. I tend to gravitate towards how fish dinners from a styrofoam platter taste. My granddaddy sported plaid Donny Hathaways, hustling for everything we had till he passed away. When I would ask him about what path to take, he used to laugh and say, no man is an island, but I'm a castaway. Casualties, I seen 'em like the French Foreign Legion. On the streets, they used to carry out bizarre procedures in jean jackets and Jabbar Adidas, back when local R&B was just as soulful as orthopedics. Me and my man twisting up some reefer and wishing we all knew the town hitman and the likes of Sam Christian. On the edge of existence, man, listen. Understand, respect, and fear was the all-American ambition. For badass kids in the laundromat folding a load, well, lo and behold, a whole nother fork in the road. My wish for them is that the truth is eventually told, out on the corner where whatever you can sell is sold. I heard murder ran this vast deserted land since back when Burning Man was blacks in Birmingham. Before the presidential election diversion scam. Matter of fact, before they clapped Franz Ferdinand, you gossip on Jay and Beyonce or Kim and Kanye, but keep rising to the top, what my mind say. Picture my daughter drinking water where the signs say for colored girls. I ain't talking Intozaki Shange. Who said it's cynical? I was a king in general, rich in every resource, precious metal and mineral. Before the devil entered the land of the plentiful with that Jamaican funk, gotta get it into who for generations, under God, indivisible, psych ward patients, vampires in an interview, become institutionalized. What a brother do, but what we had to do to survive, none of them could do. Who the technical culprit? I don't mess with no vultures. I'm electrical voltage, not the regular dosage. Too obsessive compulsive. I'm a fucking explosive. Mixed message in a bottle I left with the postman. I'm that arachnophobia black petroleum, ceremoniously holy when at the podium, even though it's hotter than weapons grade plutonium. The people trying to check in for the return of the Ichiban. Obi-Wan universe, you owe me one solid. My homie Gonzalez, only no gun violence on the corner where they probably on they 21 Savage. Catch two in your cabbage, young Caesar Chavez, Division One. Yo, wait a minute, where we get our rhythm from? Continuum, still swinging like a pendulum. Hear the women come, sing it like Sarah Vaughan, heard ninth up in a house from North Carolina. Ain't no mannequin challenge, but y'all paralyzed. It's getting cold outside, a word from the wise. Y'all rappers better bundle up, but I bet it be a hotter summer, not for nothing. Yo, the cops get down, especially when it come to us. Brother better be a Rockefeller, get that out your pocket, fella. Saying acapella ain't a damn thing really changed as far as I can tell it. Another soul with no name the helicopters hunted. Look like a couple of days before the doctor come in. I cut that one off a little short since it's basically just one giant verse, and I think you get the point by now. But next up, we have a pretty underground late 90s, early 2000s group that my homie turned me on to back in the day. That being Typical Cats, who really showed their skills on the mic with their 2001 self-titled debut, especially on the track It Won't Stop, and this crew is so underrated, I don't even know for sure who's rapping each verse. But regardless, I definitely had to delve into the starting set of bars, which I believe is from Quasar. But whoever it is absolutely murders the track, rapping, "These veterans better get ready for severing and bloodshedding. Fuck a gun. When I'm finished, there's no bodies to place the lead in. Beheading the beast with sharp blades, they're so heavy that when they touch you, they crush you before they even get a fucking chance to cut you. You ain't fucking with Quasar. Vocally slay all with 8 bars, the only one hard enough that he can rape God. Verbally take y'all through hell and back, your scabs are peeling back. Drain the blood from your skull, then heal it back. I'm killing rap. Scars carved, am I gonna have to mark the death count? In a boxing match, I snatch your breath out, then count the ref out. I thought I warned you. Death is upon you. With steel cleats, I'm stomping on you. Ghosts from the past, cats I killed hunt you. Miniature missiles launched through your chest cavity. I love the smell of your burnt flesh. Actually, I love the sound of your burnt flesh. Hitting the ground from the cause of the gravity. I spit concrete reality. It won't stop. For the final verse this time around, I wanted to get into the legendary debut from 8 Ball and MJG, Coming Out Hard. Since considering the album doesn't currently exist on vinyl, it's not going to be featured on the page anytime soon. So I wanted to use this opportunity to touch on one of my all-time favorite 8 Ball verses, which comes on the killer track Armed Robbery. Even though MJG does his thing here as always, there's just something about the way 8 Ball comes in for the second verse that's always been super hard to me, and I just love the energy he brings. Kicking his bars off with, "On the other side of town, moving quickly, rolling swiftly in the hoopty ride, loading up the 9 'cause there just might be a homicide. MJG know the plan, so the shit is on. By the time 5-0 come, we'll be through and gone. Got to the area, stopped, then took a glance, putting on my ski mask, stuffing the gat in my pants. Wells Fargo right on time. Now it's time for the crime. Do the crime, waste no time, then I'm going to get mine. Waited for the door to open, shot the first trick I saw, then shot the other fool. I ain't thinking about no law. Jumped in the truck, put the pedal to the metal, Then fired up a square man doing about 110, looking in my rear view 50 everywhere, messing up my plans with them helicopters in the air, headed for the airport. Wait, I see a roadblock. Hit the gas even harder, fool. I ain't gonna stop. Crash through the roadblock. They ain't gonna get me yet. Jay Smooth waiting at the airport in a private jet. Jumped out of the truck with fast pigs right behind my ass, running trying to shoot my nine, holding bags full of cash. Jumped on the jet. Now we set to hit the runway. Took to the air. Yeah, I got away scot-free. Fired up a Mac. J Pigs didn't catch me. Counting off my money from a strong armed robbery. And with that, we've reached the end of this list, so if you made it this far, thank you for bearing with me. And if you enjoyed, be sure to like, subscribe, and let me know what your favorite verse out of this set was. Don't forget to have a great day, and I'll see you next time, okay? Alright.